What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at an Oshkosh 8x8 mod. Now, this thing, as you can see, is pretty huge. It's actually larger than the MAZ 8x8, and I'm expecting this thing to have a lot of power, but I actually haven't driven it at all yet, so I have no idea how it's going to actually drive. But what I do know about this thing is that it's going to go over pretty much everything in its path, or at least it's going to try. Now, it's got quite a few different options as far as customization goes. You've got a fuel cistern you can put on, and the thing is also, these are actually completely custom. They're not from any other, they're not taken from any other trucks. So I'm going to go ahead and go through as many of them as I can, but let's go through let's look at the fuel attachment first. That's actually really cool, though, that it's color matched to the truck. But let's see. From here, we can actually we can put a spare tire on. We could put, what is that? Oh, just more, no. Where is, oh, the spare tire just underneath. I gotcha. Let's see, beacons, which I'm actually going to do because beacons look cool. Oh, man, they actually rotate. That's awesome. And then, if you want to do, you could do red lights. You could do, oh, gosh. Okay. I was like, something was about to glitch up or something. The, let's see, MTVR generator. And then, what is this one on the bottom? I'm not sure what it is. We'll have to take the fuel attachment off to actually look at those. Let's see. What is this one on the bottom? Okay, so it's just like kind of a carriage basically, and then this is more of a garage cart, kind of like a support truck kind of a deal. And I'm actually gonna go with the kind of the carriage attachment, just because I think that looks the best, and I think it looks more I think it looks the most functionally focused. Now, we've got these default wheels and tires. We've got the, I think he meant to say MTVR, but still, a little bit smaller. And then we've got these on the bottom, which I'm not sure. We have to switch to them first. Oh, wow. Those actually look really cool. Those actually look really cool. I'm going to go with those. That's weird. It gets really quiet when you start going. Something might be a little bit wrong with one of the files for the sounds, but we won't worry about that right now. Because, well, I mean, it's weird because once it gets going, all you hear is a little bit of turbo spool, but you don't really hear any engine noise. So it's kind of odd in that regard. But the thing is, this truck is huge. That's the thing you have to remember, is that you're not going to be taking this through any, like, you know, tight trails or anything like that. This is not a truck for that. This is for heavy-duty stuff. This is for hauling. This is for, I mean, you could use it as a support truck if you wanted to, but the nice thing about it is it's actually got a tighter turning radius, or at least it feels like it's got a tighter turning radius than the MAZ, which the MAZ, being smaller than this, but harder to maneuver, this pretty much makes the MAZ almost, like, completely irrelevant because it's so much better, and it has a lot more power and hauling capability, and it can corner better. So I think you're pretty secure taking one of these over an MAZ. Now, as far as the gearbox goes, it does tend to stop the truck when you get into mud, but it picks itself up and starts going again pretty quickly. I mean, it's not a super sluggish gearbox. It's not a spun in darkness gearbox, but at the same time, it's not a, like I said, it's not like a super sluggish gearbox either. Now, we're going to take it out on the beach and see how it does out there, because I'm curious to see how it does going over, like, sand dunes and stuff like that. But I think another thing, too, is that large trucks like this and Spin Tires generally don't have the greatest reputation for stability, and I want to see how stable this thing actually is, because the detail of it is amazing. The detail of it is awesome. Whoever made this mod did such a good job with the detail that, I mean, it's the only place that you might be able to question the detail is how, like, the textures in the bed area aren't you know, very reflective. They're kind of more like almost unfinished looking. But honestly, that's a really easy thing for me to just, you know, give it a pass on, because everything else in this truck is so well done. I mean, it could have been a stock truck, and even though it has a really long overhang in the front, the way it's angled makes it pretty much no issue at all when you're trying to go down a hill or up a hill, except for when you do that and you use it as more of like the blade on a bulldozer. But actually though, that would be an incredible attachment for the front of this thing. Bulldozer blade. Oh, dude, heck yes, that would be awesome. But now here we go to test the stability, and oh my god, it actually, you know what? I'm quite impressed. Even though we flipped it, it stayed on its wheels and tires way longer than I thought it would. And I know that that's, you know, it still technically didn't pass, but for a truck like this, for an 8x8 especially, it did quite well in my book. And it only got like, what, 19 damage points after rolling over into the water. And then, you know, it just gets right back up and drives on out. It's really, it's a really stout truck. It really is. Now, going over these little, you know, these trees and stuff like that, it really doesn't have any issues because of the all-wheel drive system. I mean, the all-wheel drive system in this thing, combined with the suspension travel, makes it really simple to just crawl over whatever terrain is in your way, even if it is, you know, rocks or trees, whatever you're having to deal with. Now, I'm not sure about the hill climbing ability, but after we test it, we will definitely find out. Let's actually see, do all the lights work? Yes, they do. They actually work quite well. And I don't know about you guys, but driving something like this up a steep mountain and seeing those beacons on the top, I think it's just, I mean, it's just awesome. Just seeing a truck this huge monster a mountain like this is pretty freaking epic in my book. Oh, come on. Power, come on! Oh my god, all the power. Maybe not all the power. Well, I tell you what. We're gonna get another shot at it. We're gonna get another shot at it, and we're gonna try and see if momentum can help us at all. We're gonna put it in low, and just start going and see if, because in low we'll have no interruption whatsoever, because in the automatic mode it just stopped. So, nope, we're gonna have to get a different approach. It's got a, no way! It's got like a backup beeper, wow. That's hilarious. That's the first truck I've seen in spin tires to actually have one of those. I mean, it's not exactly a necessary addition to the truck, but it's definitely cool to have it though. It's kind of different. You definitely have to be careful though, because this beast, it's got a lot of I mean, well, yes, duh, it's got a lot of mass to it, but I think the thing is, as long as you pick your lines carefully, you'll still be able to go almost anywhere else that a scout vehicle could go. Almost. There are certain areas that obviously, yes, you will not be able to go, and certain things you will not be able to climb. But, oh man, no way. Come on, we've got to actually get it up to the top of this mountain. There's no way I'm going to give up. No way I'm going to give up on this thing. It's already proven itself to be really good, and I feel like if we give up on it now, then that's just like the worst possible thing we could do. The absolute worst possible thing, so we're not going to do it. Nope, nope, don't you dare. Come on, yes, there you go. Side, there we go. It's all in the line you take with this truck. It really is. It's all in the line you take up the mountain, because now we've made it. And honestly, for a little bit, I wasn't sure if we were going to make it up here or not, but we have. And it's awesome. It really, this truck is, if you like, you know, large trucks, 8x8s and stuff like that, you need to have one of these in your spin tires garage. You absolutely do. It's pretty much a total necessity for anybody that likes, like I said, that likes to have large trucks in their spin tires garage, or anything that anybody that likes hauling in spin tires. This thing is amazing for stuff like that. So, and we've gone. That's not gone well. I don't think. But let's go ahead and rescue it back to the garage and switch up the attachments just a little bit. And we will switch to the default wheels and tires. We will remove the we'll remove the standard carriage. We'll put the MTVR generator on the back, and we'll put the spare tire on the roof. So, a little bit of a different setup, but we'll see how it goes. And I think the only thing I'd be concerned about with this setup is the truck being more top-heavy than it was before. But, oh, it actually feels more top-heavy than it did before. Even just going into that tiny little bit of a hill, the truck just rolled sideways like a ton. It had a ton of body roll to it. So, this is not the one that you want to use to climb mountains in, for sure. Or with this particular attachment. Let's see, actually, if I stop and try and get into advanced mode. So you've got 200 repair points for the tire and 900 repair points for the generator. So yeah, it's basically a repair attachment. And this is actually, you know what? It would be a really good support truck. If you had to deal with something like, you know, you say you had two other guys on the map, and you know they were both using lumber trucks, and you had one guy with a scout vehicle, and you had one guy with this as a support vehicle, you would be good to go. You really, really would. You would be covered pretty much for the entirety of that game. I feel like that would be a really, really awesome combination to have. And it would be a really successful combination for multiplayer, too. And I feel like if you set yourself up right, and you set your team up right, you'd be completing maps left and right. I mean, I don't know about modded maps because some of those can take, like, a day to complete. But I saw one modded map one time that had, like, oh god, like 8 objectives. I mean, you had to deliver lumber to like 8 different objectives, and you couldn't save your progress. And it's like, what do they want me to do? Spend like a whole day trying to complete this map? Now, granted, that would be a really cool, like, that would be like a really cool marathon video. But at the same time, it'd be kind of crazy. That would be like the longest. If I ever did something like that, that would be the longest I've ever played Spin Tires, like straight through for sure. But I feel like it'd be a little bit easier if you did it in multiplayer and you had other people to do it with, but still, at the same time, that's still quite the feat to take on. But I think that the biggest thing, though, with this truck is that it feels, except for the sounds, it feels original, like, it feels like it could have come in the original game. And I think that that's like, the top mark that you can give a mod. It really is. Like, because if a mod feels like it could have come in the full game, then it doesn't feel like a mod. Because a lot of mods feel unpolished, they feel unfinished, they feel like they just weren't ready, you know, they feel kind of like an experiment. This thing feels like the guy that made it was just like, I'm happy with it, it went well, I'm going to release it, and it's going to be awesome. So, when you have a mod like that, then it really kind of brings everything about that mod together in a really, really good way. So, I really applaud what he's done with this mod, and I really think that this mod needs to be in pretty much anybody's Spin Tires garage. If you enjoy the larger trucks and Spin Tires, you definitely have to try this thing out at least once, because it's a really, really fun truck, and it's really a really effective truck as well. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a like, tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later, and there will also be a link in the description box below to where you guys can check out this mod. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.